Hello, I am Cathartic Psychic Healer, and this is a general reading for Scorpio for August 2018. This is a general reading for Scorpio for August 2018. If your sun, moon, or rising sign is Scorpio, this reading is for you. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Share. I encourage you all to share my videos. I have no problem with it. Please comment, let me know what's going on, and I'm just going to get right into it. But first, let me say this print that I'm doing my tarot reading on is actually available on Redbubble.com. It comes in an A-line dress. It comes in a handbag, just like this. It's made out of 100% recycled materials. You can, fit makeup. I put my tarot cards in there. You can get that on Redbubble, and the link will be in the description of this video. But I'm gonna get right into it, Scorpio, because I have been actually going for a while because my videos weren't uploading. So I've been doing readings for you guys, but they just were not uploading. So maybe it had something to do with the retrograde or something like that. So I just I just had to just slow down for a little bit. But let me get right into it, Scorpio. Okay. Okay, Scorpio. For the month of August, you have the Knight of Swords starting, and I feel like a lot of you may feel alone, somewhat destitute, as if no one is able to resonate with your story. This could be an inner turmoil thing going on. You know what I mean? Like, maybe like why you feel like maybe isolation is the word that I'm getting from spirit. Isolation, and it could be mental or emotional, or a combination of both. There may be some sort of like breakdown going on because of external pressures that have nothing to do with you, that are not attached to you, and that requires someone who is able to give you help outside of yourself, which would be someone um, like a psychiatrist, or a therapist, or someone like that, or someone who's a healer. And it could be me actually speaking to you, you know what I mean? Like to get that type of guidance. But I am not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I am a psychic healer, you know what I mean? So there could be an external force that you may seek, or maybe you may start therapy in the month of August, or maybe you've been thinking about it. Because next you have the Wheel of Fortune, and that means the Wheel of Fortune is like the universal flux, the Wheel of Fortune that turns the whole entire world in the universe, and karmic lessons and karmic law and things like that. The Wheel of Fortune upside down is you confronting yourself about reality, and it could be a change for the. It says the worst, but it's not necessarily the worst, because when change is prominent, then that means like some things. I go with this phrase all the time. You know what I mean? A blessing in disguise. When things are just so bad, they end up being a blessing in disguise, although you may not be able to see it. And Scorpios, you guys are really intuitive, you know what I mean? Especially feeling energies from other people. But like when it comes to yourself, your emotions are so extreme you can't see what's actually being beneficial towards you. So this may be a lesson that will make you feel very isolated. You know what I mean? A life lesson that will make you feel isolated and alone, like you're riding on this storyline alone. Next, you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is succumbing to like emotional weakness. And it could mean depression or death of a female relative, depending on the cards in the spread. So maybe you feel alone because of someone who has passed in your past, a female relative that has passed in your past. Uh, it's a feminine nature. It could be the nature going on with your emotions on the inside, because water is connected to femininity. The Ace of Cups is in the it's in the nighttime sky. It's very connected to moon or Cancerian energy. You know what I mean? Like the cups represent the water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So this could be inner emotional weakness that you're facing because of someone who has passed, and it could lead to depression, or that could be the root of your depression, and that's probably why you feel alone. And when this person passed, maybe it was a strong lesson that you had to learn for yourself, and because that person's no longer here, and maybe that's why you feel isolated, and it's almost like you feel like it's unfair, and it could feel like that, and it probably is unfair. Death is not something to be taken lightly. And in terms of death, it does not have to be a physical death. Someone could be hospitalized. Someone could be going through a cyclical change. You know what I mean? And you could be going through that cyclical change in life, or that female relative or that person could be going through that cyclical change in life, or the feminine energy could come from you, whether you're male or female. Emotions are attached to feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine traits. You know what I mean? Like, so that is what it is. And these readings are not gender specific. You know what I mean? You can be male, female, trans, or in between. You have to really clarify, because this is a general reading for everyone, for Scorpio, for August 2018. Next, you have the Judgment card. And what is a Judgment card? The Judgment card in reverse represents postponement of a project, disassociation of forces, and scattered energies. And this could be because of your depression. You know what I mean? But as an artist, I would say depression is the best time to create. Depression is the best time to work on projects. We all create artwork, and it comes from pain, and the best work can come from pain. So the best time, your energy is scattered and everything, and you feel isolated and you feel alone. You know what I mean? Because it could be the death of you or the death of a female relative, and you have to learn a karmic lesson, and now it's postponing your projects and the things that you're supposed to be focused on, and your energy is so scattered, it's not even funny. And you're going to feel this lack of accomplishment. So what you need to do right now, although you may feel unprepared and unfocused, now is the time to actually put your foot down, like with yourself, and create that project. Start that project. It doesn't matter if it's finished. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you have all the necessary materials to make that project. You know what I mean? Be resourceful in this moment and start this project, because I'm telling you, this pain and this isolation is the best time to create any form of artwork, or to create any form of whatever it is you do in the world. And it's really interesting because you got the wands coming up, and that is the work you do in the world, as far as like spirituality, action, and things like that, or whatever. But next, you have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, this is a card of intellectual lessons. The Seven of Swords represents intellectual lessons. So above the Seven of Swords, you have the Wheel of Fortune upside down, and you know what I mean? And that was karmic lessons and things like that, or whatever. Insufficient planning, unwise decisions, or lack of perseverance brings failure in the Seven of Swords. You're trying to find the easy way out. You are trying to find the easy way out. The Seven of Swords is trying to find the easy way out. And the card is surrounded by swords going in multiple directions, which is funny because your brain is scattered right now. The swords represents the mind, the mental, which is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And then all the swords are going in different directions. So that's why your mind is scattered. And you're trying to find the easy way out, and you just can't do it. You know what I mean? Like you have the Wheel of Fortune against you right now. This is not the time to try to find an easy way out, or else you're going to feel isolated and alone, or else you're going to keep being depressed. So you do not need to find the easy way out. You need to find the way out that you wouldn't normally do conventionally, that makes sense to you. You need to find the professional, or the, doesn't necessarily have to be professional, but the way you wouldn't find the way out in your normal being. You know what I mean? So maybe you need to ask an outside force, like maybe someone who is an air sign, like a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. Or this could be me, because I am a Gemini speaking to you. And it's interesting because you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and that also represents air. Seven of Swords also represents someone who is a spy, or someone who may betray you. Or this could be you trying to think of possibilities to betray yourself because you're trying to find an easy way out. And that's really what this spirit just told me, is that you are cheating yourself. So the spy, the betrayal, is that is you doing that mental thing you do to yourself that gets you nowhere. You know what I mean? This is the time to work harder. You know what I mean? Don't take the way out how you used to take the way out. You know what I mean? The things that were easier, you're gonna have to plan things, and things are gonna be longer. They're not gonna be the way you want them to be, but the end result will be final, and it'll be good if you take this advice that I'm giving to you right now. The Six of Wands in reverse means fraud, trickery, indecision, laziness, rejection of potential efforts ignored. Your own efforts are being ignored. So what I feel like, Scorpio, is that you're not showing up for yourself. You know what I mean? And you're tricking yourself. You're psyching yourself out in your mind and in your spiritual world too. You're psyching yourself out into believing in things that are easy. And you need to stop doing that, because the easy way out is not the best way out. You know, there's a difference between working harder and working smarter. I believe in working smarter versus working harder. But finding the easy way out is not the same concept. So that is really, really, really blocking you right now. And I feel like maybe a lot of you have done this before. Maybe this is what has caused family problems that you may have not witnessed. So you need to register yourself, and the word register came up in spirit. Register yourself for something that is cyclical. And I say cyclical because you have the Wheel of Fortune. And this, look at this, you have the Wheel of Fortune being turned. Maybe you guys need to just really focus on, maybe you need to register for something that you wanted to do before, like school or college or classes or something like that. And the wands represents action, and these actions are actually spiritual actions. They're the so whatever it is that makes you happy, you need to register yourself for this type of energy, because it'll bring in really, 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 really good results and for the rest of your life. So do not take the easy way out. I'm gonna see clarification, because I really want to know what this Knight of Swords is saying. I want to know what a lot of this stuff is saying. So let me see some clarification. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Two of Swords. Swords again over the Knight of Swords. I want to see what's going on. Two opposing energies, male and female, are facing each other, um, and they both are holding swords in directions, but they cannot see each other. This could be energy of you and someone else. It could be a male and female, or it can be energy within yourself. This card represents emotional partnerships based on feelings of friendship, cooperation, and understanding, and view the situation. You need to understand yourself. You know, you need to understand how the way you think and how your friends think, and how, like, the things that they want for you. And you need to understand that you should not be your worst enemy when you start to think these things. You got to get out of your own head, you know, which is strange for Scorpio. It's usually the air signs that do that, but get out of your own head, and pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to how your friends feel, and listen to what they say. And you're going to need advice from. I'm getting a Gemini. I'm getting Gemini, but let me do a clarification on the Wheel of Fortune. So clarification on the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, karmic lesson. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse represents hoarding, dishonesty, wrong use of talents and skills, which is really interesting, because using them and using your talents and skills in the wrong way, using them as an easy way out versus using them in a way that is more beneficial, being lazy and too much prudence where more expense or risk should be taken. You know, it's easy to take the easy way out. It's always easy to take the easy way out. You know, it's harder to do the long route, you know, do it slower, do it more effective and more efficiently, instead of getting immediate results. If it were that simple, then we wouldn't have problems. You know what I mean? So you guys really have to really. I feel like turtle is your spirit animal. Definitely, the turtle is your spirit animal. Adaptability needs to happen. Change needs to happen. You got to move slower, and think and make better decisions for yourself instead of trying to move quick all the time and do what's immediate, whether it's in love or relationships or friendships or your career or things like that. And I'm getting career because Pentacles represents career, you know. But let me see what the Ace of Cups, clarification on that. The Queen of Cups over the Ace of Cups. Already, psychic energy, the things that you know that you're supposed to do has been coming to you in your dreams. Emotionally, it's been coming to your dreams. You know what you need to do to stop taking the easy way out. You know these things, you know what I mean, but you're just choosing not to really do it because you're afraid to go on the journey. So the Queen of Cups, um, inspirational emotions. Your emotions are in a turmoil in August, Scorpio. You're going through it. And the Queen of Cups is a sensitive individual given to dreams. She is psychic and reacts strongly to her surroundings. Being in touch with feelings is most beneficial in the present situation. Follow intuition. Two of Swords said it. You know what I mean? You gotta pay attention to how you feel, and how can you align that with your personality in order to reach the dreams that you want to reach, as far as success is going on. So Oprah had actually said that. She said that if you align your personality with actually your passion, then that's what you're supposed to do in the world. And if you try to take an easy way out, you're not going to. It's not going to be beneficial. You know, um, it's not going to be. You know, you can't rush things. Let's see what the Judgment card. Judgment. Clarification on the Judgment. Nine of Swords on the Judgment. Okay, so intellectual things have been coming up in your reading a lot. So you guys have to read more often and expand your vocabulary. You're going to come across some things that you're going to be reading that's going to be like, you're going to have an epiphany. You're going to have an epiphany through something that you read. And it's going to be like, oh my God, a light bulb's going to go off. Oh, I should go and register for this. Oh my God, like this is going to change my life for the better. And it's going to be, the journey is not as hard and long as you think it is. Your mind is making you think that it is, and it's not. But if you don't do it, of course it's going to feel long. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're not even wanting to take the first step. You need to be intellectually smart and conscious because the Nine of Swords represents loneliness, misery, and disappointment. It signifies a rude awakening, which goes back to the the Knight of Swords, where you were on that island alone, and all the suffering is self-imposed. It's all the suffering is like, it feels like in external factors, but it's like it's yourself doing it. You did it to yourself because you keep trying to take the easy way out. I feel like this is a habit that you guys have been doing for years. It says the obsessive and compulsive personality faces its loneliness, which leads to depression and things like that, and other types of form of mental illness and things. You can't rush and expect immediate results of success when you have not put forth the first foot to take the action to even be on the path, whether the path is long or not. Even though the path appears long. Okay. So, Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. Let's give me some clarification on that. Seven of Swords, Spirit, things like that. Yep. Misuse of talent. Knight of King of Pentacles. I'm sorry. The King of Pentacles in reverse represents a brutal, materialistic person, a corrupt and vicious personality, and guard your earthly possessions. And it's not even funny that the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse also. And this is you doing this to yourself. You know what I mean? This is you being materialistic. Oh, I want a car. Okay, how are you going to get a car? Okay, well, whatever. Oh, I want to be this, or I want to perform or act or sing or create my artwork or be a lawyer. But you have to, that takes time, and you got to understand yourself. You got to love yourself and put yourself first and not think about the things that come with it. Think about the work that you're doing. Think about the work that you're doing versus thinking about the end result. All right, and what is the Six of Wands? The Six of Wands. Let's see. A major arcana came up there, the Hierophant. The Hierophant. So spirituality. Spiritually, do not listen to bad advice. People are going to be trying to give you advice on things that you should do, you shouldn't do, you should do this, you do. The answer is in you. You don't need to listen to anyone else. These things are lies because people are jealous of you. They think that they're better than you because it appears what you have been doing is trying to take the easy way out. But that is a form of arrogance, and that's, you know what I mean. That's a whole nother reading I can go into. But do not listen to them. Do not listen to their negative energy. Take your action. It's okay that you have not gotten to where you want to be yet, but now is the time to change for the better. You're not going to be alone for long. Just want to take the step to be on that journey and go for it, Scorpio. So my message to you is to not take the easy way out. That came from spirit. Don't take the easy way out. It's not going to work for you. Think of some things that you can do. You can register for a class for a week, or you can register to get your bachelor's degree for 4 years, or your PhD degree, or singing lessons, or art lessons, or or maybe just networking, or something. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything extravagantly overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like you think it is, and that's what the message is that it's not as overwhelming, and the work, the journey is not as hard as what you think it is. It's not, but you have to willing to do arduous work to actually the universe and God and everyone, they want you to be able to be prepared to work hard, to be that arduous person. You know what I mean? And it actually isn't that hard. You know what I mean? If you have the spirit with you and you're just putting the faith in that, it's not as hard as what you think it is. So that is my message to you, Scorpio. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, and let me know what's going on. Hit the notification bell, and I will be talking to you next month. Thanks for being patient. Take care.